The Denver Broncos are in a great position to compete for the Super Bowl next year. This was one of the youngest teams in the NFL playoffs, and that young, talented group is only going to get better. They will have more experience, understand Coach Sean Payton's system better, and improve their game next season. But that's not all. Sean Payton also has $50 million in cap space to spend this offseason. That means he can fix any weaknesses in the team, whether on offense or defense. Plus, he and General Manager George Paton have done an amazing job in recent drafts, and they are expected to make more smart choices this year. Before we continue with the latest updates, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's move on. Recently, ESPN featured the Denver Broncos on their front page in an article previewing Super Bowl 60. The article discussed breakout teams and rising stars, and guess what? The Broncos were chosen as a top breakout candidate. One of the writers pointed out that the team exceeded all expectations last season. Now, with $50 million to spend, strong leadership, and a solid draft history, the only goal left is the Super Bowl. Stay tuned as we break down how the Broncos can take their defense from good to elite using this cap space. Last season, the Denver Broncos had a big problem stopping plays in the middle of the field. We saw this issue in games against Buffalo and Baltimore, where the defense struggled to stop the run. Many fans and analysts pointed fingers at the middle linebacker position. The team's edge rushers are strong, but the middle of the defense was a weak spot, especially after Alex Singleton went down with an injury. Even before that, there were concerns about this position. Then, when Singleton got hurt in Week 3, things became even tougher. Barton and Sternad stepped up, but this is still an area the Broncos need to improve, especially with $50 million in cap space to spend this offseason. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's move forward. There are many talented players available in free agency, and the Broncos don't have to spend all their money on one guy. But if they want to strengthen the middle linebacker position, they need someone who can stop the run and cover tight ends. One strong option is Dre Greenlaw. You might remember him from last year's Super Bowl, where he played for the San Francisco 49ers against the Kansas City Chiefs. Unfortunately, he suffered a terrible injury. His Achilles tendon snapped while he was warming up to go back on the field. By the time next season starts, he'll be 28 years old, but he's still a game changer. Every time he's on the field, his ability to shut down the run is on full display. In this video, we'll look at 3 top free agent candidates and a couple of players already on the team who might still have untapped potential. Let's break it down. When Dre Greenlaw is on the field, he makes an impact. Just look at his game against the Rams. There was a play where it seemed like the running back had a wide-open lane for a first down. But out of nowhere, Greenlaw rushed in and made a huge tackle for a loss. When was the last time a Broncos linebacker made a hit like that? Greenlaw isn't just great at stopping the run, he can cover short passes, close gaps quickly, and even keep up with tight ends and receivers. He is a true difference-maker on defense. But there's a concern. Greenlaw is getting older and is coming off a serious Achilles injury. That combination isn't ideal, but it also means he might be one of the more affordable options in free agency. Still, many teams are interested in him because of his game-changing ability. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any updates. Now, let's move forward. Another name getting a lot of attention is Zach Bond. Bond has a strong connection to Sean Payton, who originally drafted him. During Super Bowl media days, Bond spoke highly of Payton and the role he played in his career. Bond was even a candidate for NFL Defensive Player of the Year, though the award went to Pat Surtain instead. One of his most memorable moments was his incredible interception against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Watching him read Mahomes' eyes, dive, and make that clutch pick was unforgettable. That was the moment when it felt like the game was truly over for the Chiefs. Bond's zone coverage skills are exactly what the Broncos' defense struggled with late last season. Even Vance Joseph mentioned that coverage issues became a big problem. If the Broncos want to fix that, Zach Bond could be a perfect fit. By the end of the season, every offense knows your defensive plays. That's why teams need to be really good at zone coverage, because opponents have already studied their formations. Take Zach Bond, for example. In the Super Bowl, he didn't just sit in his zone and wait for the ball to come to him. He read the play, reacted quickly, and made a huge interception. That's the kind of smart, athletic play that makes a difference. But Bond isn't just great in pass coverage. He's also a strong run defender. In the playoff game against the Commanders, he forced a fumble with a powerful hit. His quick side-to-side movement and explosive speed make him a beast on defense. However, because of his talent, he might be one of the more expensive players in free agency. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any updates. Now, let's move forward. Another exciting option is Nick Bolton. It feels like he's been in the NFL forever, but he's only 24 years old. That means he still has many great years ahead, and he might be the most expensive free agent among linebackers this year. Why would signing Bolton be such a big deal? Because not only would Denver get stronger, but Kansas City would get weaker. The Chiefs are already preparing to lose Bolton in free agency since they have too much money tied up in just 5 players. If the Broncos grab him, it's a double win. We improve, and our biggest rival takes a hit. With a cash-rich owner, the Broncos can structure contracts smartly to land top talent. It will be very interesting to see how things play out in free agency. Nick Bolton is a game-changer. His speed and instincts are incredible. Just look at his play against Trevor Lawrence. In most cases, that should have been an easy touchdown. But Bolton closed the gap so fast that he tackled Lawrence for a loss instead. And remember what he did against us? He has stopped the run multiple times, including a huge 4th down stop against Bijan Robinson. Bolton hit the gap faster than the running back, shutting down the play completely. He's been making plays like this since college, and at just 24 years old, he still has many years of dominance ahead. Signing him would be a game-changer for 2 reasons. The Broncos' defense gets better. The Chiefs get weaker. That's a win-win for Denver. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any updates. Now, let's move forward. These 3 top free agents, Bolton, Zach Bond, and Dre Greenlaw, are making headlines. But what do you think? Which one would excite you the most? Which one makes the most sense for the Broncos? Which one do you think could actually happen? Now, if Denver doesn't land a big-name free agent, we still have a few options on our roster. One option is to stick with the duo of Alex Singleton and Cody Barton. But let's be honest, this isn't the best solution. Barton has been just okay, and if the Broncos really want to improve, they need something more. Another name is Drew Sanders, but after his Achilles injury, it's unclear if he can step into that role. He's better suited to playing on the edge rather than inside linebacker. A dark horse candidate? Lavelle Bailey. Bailey was an undrafted rookie last season, but Sean Payton personally called him twice during the NFL draft to convince him to come to Denver. That's rare. Most undrafted players get calls from assistant coaches, not head coaches. Payton clearly sees something special in Bailey. Could he be the surprise player who steps up for the Broncos? Sean Payton clearly believes in Lavelle Bailey. That's a great sign for the Broncos. Bailey had some big moments last season. Looking back at his college days, he showed incredible instincts in coverage, making plays that most linebackers can't. One of his best plays was an insane interception where he faked a blitz, dropped back and snatched the ball out of the air. That was next level. But the most exciting moment? His 96-yard pick 6. Watching him sprint down the field like that, rocking that number 56 jersey, was electric. Even the Broncos bench went wild during the preseason after his big play against the Cardinals. That shows he's not just talented, he's a locker room favorite too. Denver also made some interesting moves at the end of training camp. The team let go of Samaj Perine and Tim Patrick, possibly because Payton didn't want to risk losing Bailey to another team. So, what's the best move here? Use the $50 million to sign a star receiver like T. Higgins or Deebo Samuel. Trust Bailey and Singleton to hold down the defense and spend the money elsewhere. What do you think is the smartest decision? Let me know in the comments. And before we wrap up, Happy Valentine's Day. Need a Broncos-themed pickup line? Try these. Call me Sean Payton because I have the perfect game plan to win your heart. I'm going to be like Pat Surtain and lock you up because my love is that strong. I don't want to be Singleton. Date me. Whichever one you use, good luck. Now let's get ready for more Broncos news coming up. You said,